Hello everyone, this is Mohan Raghavan. Today we are going to see how to create a EC2 instance via AWS console. In this video, we are going to see what is EC2 if you are new to the EC2 instance, and we are going to see how to create the EC2 instance via AWS console. As we discussed earlier, whatever you are going to do in the Amazon Boto 3 series, you are going to do in three ways. One is like via AWS console, which is a manual way, and after that we are going to do the same thing with the CLI command line interface, and after that we are going to do the same thing with the Amazon Boto 3 library from the Python. But if you directly jump into the Boto 3 Python library code, you may not be having the hands-on how to create or how to understand the flow of the normal way of creating the EC2 instance. So for that reason, first we are going to see how to create the EC2 instance via the console. First point, before proceeding, whoever does not know about the EC2, we will just have an introduction about the EC2. So EC2 is nothing but Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Shortcut will be EC2. It's generally like you are creating the server inside your AWS cloud. More than that, this definition, you may be having the detailed definition in this site. You can refer later. So then after we are going to see what are the things to be noted before starting the EC2 instance creation. Now you will be knowing that EC2 instance in the sense you are creating the server inside your AWS cloud. Now we will go to here. So what are the points to be clear before starting the EC2 instance? Which region are we making the EC2? If you're already working the AWS, there is no need to explain the region and the available zones. But however, who are the new people here? So for them, just we will see. So the available zone in the sense there are different regions available and available zones will be available underside your region. So that means that whenever you create your instance, so that will be inside your available zones. The zone will be inside your region. So that means that higher level will be regions. So AWS will be having the different regions across the world as you see in the screen. So under the region, there will be different available zones inside your regions. See, for example, if you take India, India will be having the available zones, a lot of available zones in the Mumbai. So that available zones will be combined under one region that is called India. The same way, there are different regions available across the country. Under the regions, you will be having the different available zones or data centers in words. So fine. So we will go to the point next. So this is the place you need to know what is the region you are going to make the EC2 instance. Then after what is the OS? So if you are going to create on server or system, so that should be having the OS and that should be having the RAM size, memory size, and the storage capacity, hard disk value, and are we using the private key credentials? Since it is the money oriented and let's say if you spend, let's say if you create some EC2 instance without knowing, that may be charging you more. So for that reason, we should be using the private key credentials to have a proper interaction with the EC2, and it will be having only a good way of authentication. Only you are working with your EC2 instance. So for that reason, we should be creating the private key credentials to interact with the EC2 instance. So these are the main steps to be considered before starting the EC2 instance. Then what are the steps we are going to do in the coming slides? So that will be like log into the AWS console and look up for the EC2. Here you will be logging with your root credentials or it may be with IAM roles. Then after you will be just typing the EC2 and you will be getting the EC2 options there. Then after you will be launching the instance, choosing whatever we have discussed, Amazon mission image. So that will be like your template in simple words. It will be having every design configuration. For example, your OS, your storage, and you can configure your private key as well. So in that case, you will be choosing your AMI. Then after connect to the EC instance using the SSH commands, even you don't need to remember anything. So it will be shown there everything in the console and using the private key, because when you generate or when you launch the instance, you will be creating the private key that will be stored in your system. It is our responsibility to maintain our privacy or the private key. And after you just connect to the EC2 instance in simple way, you will be just interacting with the EC2, creating some files or doing some actions in general. But however, it is a demo purpose. We are not going to do anything after connecting EC2 instance. After connecting to EC2 instance, we can just check some commands, and after that we can disconnect from the EC2. And in case if you are, let's say, free user, free tier user, so that time you should be terminating that EC2 instance, because it will be keep on running means it may be getting charged as well. So to avoid unnecessary EC2 run instances, you will be just terminating that instance. So this is the plan. So we will go to the console here. So already I have just logged into this one with IAM user, Boto 3 user from my side. Then if you just go to the services and type EC2, or you can find directly here, you will be getting that option. And here will be having a dashboard kind of thing. You can see everything here. What are the things running instances of those things, key pairs, everything. So click on the launch instance. Just a minute, it's getting some error. I will check it. Okay, just you can select the quick start, or you can just type Linux and you can get the different kinds of OS available for you, or let's say AMI in simple, Amazon image machine image. Then click on the things, but before clicking on anything, just check it whether it is available for free tier eligible, in case if you are in the free tier. Okay, that's fine. So then I'm just collecting the Linux environment. So here this is the image, and image in the sense AMI. So Amazon machine image, you can see the AMI ID as well here. It can be useful in case of if you are working with the Boto3 library, but this point has to be noted. And further details, we can just select this and we can see here. Just click on this. And here you can see the different kinds of instance types. For example, this instance type will be having the CPUs, memory, internal storage, and a lot of things will be there. And however, if you are in the free tier, just check the option which is having the free tier eligible. Other case, if you select some other thing, it may be having the charging towards your account. So I'm selecting this one. So T2.micro means what it is mean. So we will see here. Here you can see what are the different things are available. For that, what will be the configuration? For example, what is the CPU, what is the memory, what is the instance storage, those things. We have not seen much on the instance storage and the network bandwidth and those things, but you can see the other things such as like what is the CPU and what is the memory size, those things. Okay. So these are the different options available. But if you say, let's say T2, so you can click on here, and T2 micro, right? So T2 micro means what is the CPU and what is the CPU credit servers and what is the memory and what is the storage. Those kind of things will be available. But in simple words, if you go to directly the launching instance, whichever is available for the free tier eligible, just in order to create the free instance, just we will select this option and we will go to the next one. And here we have a lot of options. So how many instances you want to create, that you can do, and what are the different other options, subnet and those things which we are going to see in the further sessions. But however, now you don't need to select anything. You can just go to the next add storage. Here by default, it will be having the 10 GB of storage. We don't need to change anything, default settings. We can go to the next add tags. So it is just like adding tags in case of if you're having multiple resources, you can have these tags too in order to differentiate the different groups of items. So now we don't have anything. So we'll go to the next configure security group. Here we are going to add some security group, in the sense who are the people are eligible, or what are the source IP addresses are allowed to interact with your EC2 instance, that you can add the rule here. But however, here we are not going to add any rule because it is only demo purpose. But this is very important area where you need to define your security group. Then you need to start with your configuration, such as like adding the rules to the security group. So now fine. So I can click here. So here already have created some groups here, but even if you want to create, you can create. But in this case, it does not matter because we are not going to add any groups, or we are not going to add any rules to that especially. So just let's say I'm going to click on this one. So it does not have anything, same like our previous slide. Just I'm adding everything. So just go review and launch. So here we are going to review everything, and whatever we have chosen earlier. So all the steps are correct or not, we can check it. If it is anything wrong, we can go back again. So here everything fine. So edit storage, instance, storage tags, everything fine. Okay, let's click on the launch. So before launching, you need to create your key pair. Key pair in the sense, as we discussed earlier, it will be having two type of keys. One is public key and private key. Private key will be with you and public key will be server side. So whenever you are interacting with the server, you need to provide your private key in order to authenticate yourself, or in order to provide your identity. So for that reason, we are going to create the existing key. Sorry, we are going to create the keeper. You can create the existing keeper, or you can use the new keeper. So create new keeper, and you can give some name. For example, here I am giving the Boto3 private key. Fine. So you can download here. So it will be downloaded into your system. Then after downloading only you are able to allow to launch the instance. Because if you don't create the keeper, even you can just start with proceed without keeper, which is not a safe manner to interact with EC2. In that case, anyone can interact with your EC2 instance. It may be vulnerable to your server. So for that reason, either you already created some keeper, you can use existing keeper, or you can create the new keeper and you can save it in your system. So launch instances. Now you can see it is in starting stages. Okay, now we will go to again same EC2. Here you can see running instances now 1. You can click on this. Now you can see one instance is running and it is available zone at US East 2B. So that means that US availability zone, and it is east side and 2B. So that is the code they have given, and instance type is T2 micro, and other thing status is running, and the remaining things you can see. So what are the IP addresses, those things. So especially if you want to get connected with the EC2, you need to use the IP address. So this IP, public IP, you can use it to connect to the particular server. Okay, fine. Now we have successfully created our EC2 instance and it is running status. Now how to connect? So that is a point, right? So here you can click it, and here you can go, sorry, here you can click on the connect. In connect you have the different options, but we are going to check on the this way. So to access your instance, these are the ways we are going to do. So you can do in your system, if it is a Windows, you need to use the PuTTY, or you can use the any SSH client. But in case of Linux, you don't need to do those things because it is already, you can use the SSH command directly. So before that, we need to change the mode for the Boto3 private key. So this is the private key we have created. We need to change it because this is to just provide, or let's say prevent the other people not to use it. Only the root user can execute this file. So that's the reason we are changing the access level to 400. Okay, now we'll go to the downloads. Okay, this is the place. Okay, now we will create the terminal. Okay, fine. So CD. So before proceeding, we need to change it to the root user because we are going to change the permission for that particular file. So before that, I change it to root user. Then after, I'm going to the downloads folder. Now I will be having the private key. So you can see here. Sorry. So okay, I forgot to type the CD command. Okay, now ls. Now we will be having this file. So however, we are interested in Boto3 private key PEM. So that is the one we are going to change the permission. So now you don't need to type anything, directly you can go here. Even that command has been given here. We just copy this, paste it. So the permission got changed to 400 level. Okay, fine. Then after, we are going to connect to the system. So how to connect? So we need to use SSH Boto3, and we need to use the private key file. So which is in case our case Boto3 private key.pem. And after that, we need to use the EC2 user at, and we need to give the IP address for that particular server. Okay, fine. Now we will just go here, and public address is here. So you can get here or you can get the public DNS as well. I am going to get the public IP address. I copied, clear everything. So SSH hyphen I stands for identity. Then after you are going to give your Boto3 private key. Then after EC2 hyphen user at paste your IP address, enter, type yes. It is a warning message. And now you connected to your IP address or you connected to your EC2 instance. If you want to see something, let's say ls-a to list all the things, you will be having only the basic profile details. For example, bash profile and bash src, ss file, root file, and root folder, those things only available. So in this way, you have just connected to your Linux machine using your EC2 instance key, private key, and you connected to using the SSH way. So now we have connected. If you want to just log out from this, you can type logout, enter. Now we have disconnected. So that means that now we have tried to connect to the EC2 instance by using the private key, by using the SSH way we have connected. And after connecting, we have seen what are the folder structure available inside in the basic the system. Then after we logged out, now we out of the EC2. Now, if you want to see here, it is still running, because if it is running, then only you can connect. So still it's running. If you are a free tier user, if you are doing only for the learning purpose, you just go to the actions and click on the instant state and it will be terminate. And terminate, you will be having some information like the default action, okay, deleted, instance is terminated, okay, fine. Okay, storage on any local device will be lost. So that means that whatever you have created inside, in case we have not created anything inside our EC2 instance, but if you have anything, that will be lost if you terminate this one. So that is fine. And I click on yes, terminate. Now it is shutting down. Even though you have terminated, it will be visible for some time. After some time, it will be removed from your instances list. So that means that you don't have any instances in your account. So that will provide you not to have any unnecessary billing on your account. So now coming back to our nodes. So now we have logged into the console using the root user or the IAM user. Then we have chosen some AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Machine, let's say identity, or let's say it is not identity actually, image. Okay, Amazon Machine image. Then in this Amazon Machine image, you will be having different options, like you are able to select the OS. Since we are in the free tier, we have chosen the Linux, and we are able to choose the storage, and we are able to create the private key, or we can use the existing private keys in order to connect to the EC2 after launching the instances. Then after that, we are connecting to the EC instances using the SSH command, SSH I identity. For proving your identity, you are showing your private key, which you got generated while creating your instances. Then after creating the, let's say after connecting to the EC2 instance, we have seen what are the folder structure available inside. That is just a demo purpose. We have seen only the folder structures inside that. Then we logged out from the system, and after that we are making sure that we are terminating the system so that we don't have any billing towards our account. So in this way, we have simply created our EC2 instance. We went through all the cycles. The same thing can be done in the CLI interface. So that we are going to see in the next video. After that, we are going to see the same interactions we are going to do with the AWS with the Python Boto3 library. So thanks for watching and have a great day.